Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm going to be doing a movie review today, and that is Predator 2, which came out in 1990. It stars Danny Glover as the lead character, the lead badass. We have his co-stars, which is Gary Busey and Maria, which I do not know how to pronounce her last name, but she was in The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then we have Bill Paxton, typical Bill Paxton, smartass, funny. He's definitely typecast as an actor. And this movie, it takes place in 1997, so it's in the future of Los Angeles, and you got this turf war with, Jamaican drug cartels and, heavy war and corruption, and, you got the cops and all kinds of type of people trying to fight at these people, drug bust these people. And the thing is, it's just, as this has all happened, this whole chaos, there's a predator in LA and he's killing people, playing for sport like he did in the first film. Takes their skull out of their, head and cleans it up, polishes it really nicely, like it's a collector's item, and he just uses it as a trophy. That's what he does. He kills for sport. And now this is happening, and the predator is killing people, and the cops are like, what is this? What is this camouflage? But yet you can see this kind of blur, but it's like a figure of a man of some sort. So Danny Glover and his team is like trying to figure out what the hell this is. Let's stop this. It's killing our team left and right. But he doesn't realize that this thing is an alien, so Gary Busey, snaps him out of it, like, dude, you don't know what you're dealing with here. And he finally comes to realization that this is an alien, and it's definitely got more advanced stuff going on with this little gadgets he's using. He can camouflage himself, he can shoot lasers, he can do all kinds of stuff. So he's very dangerous. And Danny Glover's he wants to take this alien down because he's destroying his men and destroying everything and killing people. So that's your basic story. And watching this film again, I haven't seen it in a while, and this movie wasn't always my favorite in the series. I mean, obviously, the first movie will always be the best one in the series. That movie's just like total badass. I mean, it's a really fun movie. Really, really great film. The second one was always like, it was okay. Watching it now, it's a type of movie I would consider a good time waster. A movie I can watch, and it's like, yeah, okay. I was entertained by it, but obviously it's not better than the original film. That's my opinion anyway, but You know, it has good action scenes, good explosions with gun shooting, and you know, it's really quick edits. It's got nice cinematography. It's got cool practical effects with the Predator. I mean, it's got all the right ingredients for an action picture. There was times I did nod off, just little scenes here and there, but it's pretty much an entertaining movie. I mean, is it the greatest story in the world? No, it's not. This is a creature feature type of flick. It's mostly just action oriented, and yeah, I mean, the only thing I would nitpick with little things about it was the whole Jamaican thing. They had several Jamaican stuff. You know, especially the one scene that was like totally unnecessary was the whole scene with this, like, what was it, like a witch doctor or voodoo type of people? It's like they were doing some ritual and some sacrifice to some guy, and he was like hanging upside down, and they were trying to kill him. And the Predator comes in, starts killing all of them. Then he hangs them up and skins them alive. I don't know why they had all this Jamaican stuff. It's like, yo, Jamaica, man. You know, at times throughout the picture, felt like I was watching like Boys in the Hood versus Predator or something. Like, well, okay, whatever. But I mean, Danny Glover, I like his character in the film. He's pretty cool, you know. But watching this film, it's like, it feels like Lethal Weapon versus Predator. You know, it feels like, well, since Lethal Weapon is doing so well, Danny Glover is really popular at the moment, we can't get Arnold Schwarzenegger once again for this picture, so let's get Danny Glover because he's hot right now in films. So we'll get him as a lead, and he's pretty much the same character as he is in Lethal Weapon. I mean, pretty much. That's what it was so weird. It's like, he's a cop, he acts the same. It's like, okay. And then let's get, you know, since we can't get Arnold Schwarzenegger, let's get Bill Paxton from Aliens, because that was a really big movie from James Cameron. So let's get Bill Paxton. And then let's get the girl from The Running Man, because she was with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And let's get Gary Busey, because he was in Lethal Weapon as well, the first film. Let's get all these people and kind of get people, you know, nostalgic, or get people, you know, on board with this sequel, because they're associated with Arnold Schwarzenegger or James Cameron, or, you know, something that's really successful and really popular. Let's get all these people associated and put them in this film. That's what it felt like when I was watching this. So you could call that product placement if you wanted to. But I mean, they're fine. I don't mind the, you know, the co-stars. I don't mind Bill Paxton. He's definitely typecast, you know, as a smartass. I mean, he's always funny in anything I see him in. And yeah, I mean, one scene I thought was just ridiculous. Completely ridiculous and unrealistic. The Predator is in the very top of a building. He takes out his spear and then lightning hits the spear like it's, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I'm ready for the Predator to say, "By the power of Grayskull!" I have the power! If that lightning hit that spear and that obviously the lightning hit him as well, you would think it would harm him. Realistically, let's think about this. Stupidest scene ever seen in a movie. But besides those little nitpicks, the movie as a whole, for the most part, it's entertaining as an action film. Not the greatest story in the world. You got a predator in a subway killing people. And it's like, also, it reminds me of, like, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason goes out of his environment and goes to New York. So what does the Predator do? He goes out of his environment from the jungle and he goes into LA. Why? I don't know. Just to make it different, to have a different setting. But I like Danny Glover. I liked his character. I thought he was cool. He really worked hard. It shows on screen. He worked hard. It looked like he pretty much did his own stunts from what I can tell. He fought that Predator head on. I liked some of his lines that he said that were funny. Is Danny Glover as good as Arnold Schwarzenegger? No. Is his lines as funny as Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the first film? No. No. Those one-liners were funny and good in the first film. The first film's a classic. So this film, I did laugh at some of the things Danny Glover said, though. Especially towards the end when he's fighting the Predator and he kills the Predator. Then all of a sudden all the Predators come out of hiding and they circle around Danny Glover's character, and Danny Glover just says, "Alright, who's next?" It's a funny line. And I do think it's kind of stupid to repeat a line from the first film. "You are one ugly motherfucker." And then the Predator says it. He repeats himself. And didn't that happen in the first film? So why are you repeating stuff that... I always felt that was annoying. It was kind of like... some movies do that. Like, if something really works in the first film, the second film... and so on, they keep repeating the same line, like "I'll be back" from Terminator. All 5, now 6 films, because they're making a new one, they always say "I'll be back." How many times are you gonna say that? But they do that every single damn movie. Somewhere you're gonna hear that line again, because that's just their little saying they have. Little tagline. "You one ugly motherfucker." Or your "I'll be back." We heard it the first time. We don't have to hear it every single movie. But, nitpicks aside, this is a really decent action picture. I would give it 3 skulls. That's my rating system I'll be most likely doing. It'd be like 5 skulls will be the ultimate awesome, tacular type of film, and then 3 skulls is like somewhere in the middle, average, decent, I guess. So that's what this film is. It's entertaining for the most part. I can't really say anything too horrible about this film. But anyway, this is my review of Predator 2. It's an okay, good time waster, and that's that. So I hope you guys enjoy this review, and I hope you guys have a good day. Alright, so take it easy.